Is it possible to make a full-time income as a yoga teacher? That's a great question. And it's actually one that comes up all the time with new yoga teachers and those who are just graduating yoga teacher training and seeing the possibility. And although you're going to get some responses from others who say, no, it's not possible, you need a second job, you need a spouse that supports you, and on and on and on, the truth is you can create a full-time income and a thriving, successful business out of any topic and any passion that you have, as long as it serves people and solves a problem. So there's much more to it than saying yes or no, it's possible. There's a lot to understand. And in this video, I actually want to go through some of the financials and things that you have to understand and break down if you are looking to create a career out of the thing that you're passionate about. And I use the example of yoga teaching, but for you, it might be something else. It might be some other service-based industry that you're just inching into, and you want to see if this is something that you could do. So it's important to understand the data and the facts and the figures behind what it takes to earn a full-time income. And know that for everybody, a full-time income is going to be a different dollar amount. For me, I am a stay-at-home single mom in a high cost of living area. My number is a lot higher than it was when I was living on my own in the Midwest with my dog in a very cheap apartment. My rent in this house is 5 times higher than it was when I was like 10 years ago when I was single or by myself. So it's going to be different. A full-time income will be different. You just have to do maybe a little bit more, raise your prices. There's things that we'll talk about. So this is actually going to be a presentation. So I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen and take some notes because it might be very valuable for those of you who are just starting out. Now let's get to it. So this is yoga business money math, or understanding the math and the financials behind what it takes to create a career as a yoga teacher. This is for those who are new to business, not necessarily new yoga teachers. Again, your passion can be anything, but people who are new to business, new to doing it by yourself. I want you to understand revenue, expenses, and the money side without emotions, although money is emotional. So I get it if feelings come up, but let's just understand from the non-emotional side. And you might be wondering, how much can I really earn? Or how is it possible to earn money as a self-employed yoga teacher, a yoga entrepreneur, a wellness entrepreneur? Okay, today I'm going to share in this video, so stay tuned again, grab some notes and take some notes. I'm going to share business math to learning how you should be paying yourself, how much you could pay yourself, how much you need to save, and what are expenses, what's revenue, what is all the sort of business basics, because I'll share with you some basic income and expense tracking, and then behind the scenes of my own business, as well as some other examples. My name's Ashley. Hey, you see me here, but you also see me on the screen. I am a full-time yoga teacher. I put that in quotes because I do a lot more than yoga teaching. I'm more of a full-time self-employed entrepreneur, a content creator since 2013. In 2013, I quit everything to be a full-time yoga teacher, teaching 15 to 20 classes per week. And now I work 100% online. I'm the founder of the Yoga Sequencing and Teaching Tips Facebook group. You also have seen me, or maybe you're watching this on YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel that helps with some of the techie stuff and business side of yoga teaching. And now I help yoga teachers with skills beyond training, business, marketing, social media, and things like this that you may not have been taught, or you need to hear reworded in a different way from when you were taught in teacher training, or maybe you weren't taught in teacher training. So a couple other fun facts and why I'm sharing this is I love math. I love problem solving, math equations. So in high school, I earned the Math Achievement Award, but I was also voted most artistic. Interesting. I loved algebra, excelled in trigonometry, and took a ton of math classes, but I was also very creative. In fact, I took no art classes in high school at all, and I was still voted most creative. And just a fun fact too, the reason why was because my sister, my twin sister, was very artistic. She took all of the art classes, and I wanted to do the exact opposite. So they bunched us together and said the two of us were voted most artistic. I took statistics in college, but I studied to be a graphic designer, and I ended up tutoring a lot of students in those math classes, and I actually really enjoyed it. And now I use those skills, my problem solving skills, to help me understand business and money and finances in everyday life and in my business. And now I'm sharing them with you. So we're going to talk some yoga business math for startups, for those of you just getting started. Even if your income is very low, your expenses are high or low, it's still just about looking at the numbers. And if you can get to understanding and seeing the numbers and more comfortable with the numbers, the more comfortable you're going to get with raising those numbers or generating a higher income and cultivating that abundance. So let's talk about how to pay yourself $500 to $1,000 per month. That is doable for anybody. And for some people, this might be full-time, maybe not working full-time hours, but this could be a full-time income for what you need to help your family or to live on your own. Maybe it's a little bit more than this. For me, it's about 10 times more than this. But for this example, let's start out with 500 to 1,000 because I do believe that's possible for everybody within a couple months, at least. You can start with we can start with very little upfront costs. So just know that starting a yoga business or online business is very low cost to start with, but you need to use that initial revenue, what you generate, to reinvest so you can continue to up level. This is an important fact because some people will want to start with free and continue with never having expenses because they want to pocket the money. But you have to take some of that and reinvest. That is best business practices. If you have decent equipment and $100, you can get started for 3 full months with a couple softwares that will help you if you're teaching online. And 3 months gives you plenty of time to build something profitable and make money. But what about credit card fees, Ashley? I don't want to accept credit cards because there's a 3% fee. Okay, you got to know this. It's part of doing business. I just want to throw this out there right away. Do not stress over the fees that comes on the back end side. It's about 3%, 2.5 plus 30 cents per transaction for Stripe and PayPal. It might be a little bit different now or for different things. Sometimes some low price softwares that you can use to help you also have a 1 to 3% fee. Do not concern yourself with these. They're not only a business write-off, but it's not something that you want to try to minimize because if you cut out the ability for people to pay online and pay easily with one click, you are essentially cutting your revenue in half. So do you want to lose 3 to 6% or 50%? It's up to you, and potentially lose more customers. So if you don't accept online payments or credit cards, and you just accept cash and check because you think you want to bypass those fees, no, it's not going to work out in your favor. So let's just forget about those fees for now. Understand that they are part of doing business and you'll raise your prices accordingly. So behind the scenes of my business, I hope that made sense. Okay. So don't worry about the fees. Don't even question them. It's okay. So in the last 30 days in my business, and I just checked this out, in my yoga teaching side business. So I have multiple areas of my business. In the yoga teaching side, where I teach morning yoga classes online, I have a membership. I generated $905 in revenue. Now, I didn't pay myself $905. I can't pay myself $905, and I'm going to explain why. My business revenue was $905, but I can pay myself between $500 and $700 depending on expenses and how much I want to save for taxes. So let's break down the revenue. I earned $650. I hosted a low price online workshop for $25. I had 25 people join live or pay for it prior, and then I had 6 people buy the replay, $650. I earned $225 from a membership I have. It's an ongoing $25 a month membership. They have access to all my replays of my yoga classes. And I teach 6 or 7 classes a week, 30 minutes. That's it. And then $30 I earned from additional donations or tips from my Zoom classes. Can I show you my website? Is that okay? Okay, let's do that. So just to show you what I have on this website, and I'll talk about it a little bit more in a moment. This is my offering tree website. I have yoga classes here, morning movement and meditation. It's really easy to register. When you can register for free. You can join for free. People can buy me a coffee, or I have it set to pay it forward. So this is an optional payment, not a donation-based class, not a pay what you want, but optional payment class. Okay, kind of a pay what you want. So this is what I have, and that's what I earned $30 from. I've earned $30 from people either buying me a coffee or inputting $3 or $1. So that was $30. I don't worry so much or concern myself with how much I'm making in that free class. What I'm looking for people to do is join the membership. The membership is what gets them access to all of the replays. And I talk about how to join that. So I do have a membership as well as video library that people can access the replays if they're on the membership. And then I also have different workshops. So I have workshops, I have one-on-one coaching calls, I have private lessons available. I've got a few things here. So you can see I've got a few of my other offerings, such as the 60-minute calls, all that. So I've got a few offerings on my site. I make it really easy for people to sign up. Sometimes I do random workshops that would show up on my schedule. That's the $650 that I earned. But this is my ashesyoga.offeringtree.com. Feel free to check that out if you want to. I will tell you where to go if you're interested in Offering Tree later on. So stay tuned, okay? All right, or you can look at the description or the caption, and I'll have it linked if you want to get started that way, okay? Okay. So how many other ways can you make $1,000? So I made 905. That's, almost 1,000. I could have upped it a little bit here and there, but think about it. Anyone can make $1,000 in a month. You can sell a private session package, 4 classes or 6 classes for 1,000, or maybe it's 8 for 1,000. You can enroll 5 people in a $200 course. You can get 20 people to join a $50 a month membership, 40 ebooks or digital products for 25. You just kind of work the math. What would it take for you, or any combination of these? As you noticed, I have a membership, I had workshops, and then I had donations that came in. So it was a combination. You could get 100 people to watch a video for $10, or to buy a class for $10. So what can you think of, and how many ways can you make $1,000? And again, your business is generating 1,000. You are not earning $1,000 into your pocket. Expenses. So the reason why I'm not just taking $905 into my pocket is because I have some expenses. Zoom is $150 a year. I pay yearly for most softwares. Zoom is the web hosting platform. I pay yearly because it saves me money. It saves me 2 months at least. So that's about $13 a month. Offering Tree is what I use for my booking and scheduling and software. That's what I just showed you. That's the whole site is made with Offering Tree, and it has everything that I need, from email marketing to appointments to classes to scheduling to all the things. Okay, so that's $264 a year, which is about $22 a month. I believe their price is going to shift just slightly soon. So it's going to go up just a little bit with the Essentials plan. I am actually on the Pro plan, so I should write that. That's $588 a year or $49 a month. You'll have to go and check out their pricing. They do have more information. I can answer questions if you have them, but just check out their website. Go to offeringtree.com/ashes, ASHES. Okay. And then I pay for music, Epidemic Sound. I want to make sure that I am legal and good with using music that is royalty free and that I'm paying for. And that is $15 a month. So let's just say my expenses total $40 per month. Okay. So if you were to get started, you could start for free. Zoom is free for under 40 minutes. My classes are all 30 minutes. So you could start for free. Offering Tree starts as low as $17.50 per month. It was $14.50, but they increased, I think, from $29 to $35 a month, or they're doing that soon. Not a big deal. You can make that up very easily with things that you sell on your site. The Essentials versus Pro plan, that's up to you. There is also an additional fee on the Essentials plan. Go check out more of the details at offeringtree.com/ashes and get started for your first 3 months for 50% off. You can cancel anytime if it doesn't work for you. So if you have $100 in your business, or $35 a month, you can get Zoom if you want to pay for it, or try to skip that for now. And you can get a software that will help you with all of the business things, including a website. And you can recoup those costs plus more, earning up to 500 to 1,000 or more within 3 months. And I'm not telling you to sell any high ticket things or saying you have to make these big courses. Not at all. I made a small workshop. It was an hour long, I think, or 90 minutes long, maybe less. So I did that once, and I teach ongoing, very simple classes. But how much can you pay yourself then? So if you've got some expenses, okay, let's actually run those numbers. Revenue math, yoga business math, any business math, really. Your revenue is what your business generates, minus the expenses, it's the cost of what it took to earn that money, equals your profit. And from your profit, you can allocate into different places. So how much money your business made minus what you paid in order to make that money. Your profit is not your income. No. Your profit is not your income. Profit is just what's above your expenses, right? It's the excess. So you have to allocate that to your income and at least one other place. Number one, taxes. And I am not a tax professional, and I need to say a disclaimer. I'm not going to tell you what to do for taxes or how much exactly you need to save, but I'm going to guesstimate that 25% of your profit needs to be saved for taxes. Okay? So 25% of your profit is taxes, and then 75% of that is what you can pay yourself. The maximum you could pay yourself, because you might allocate it to other places. So your profit times 25%, save for taxes, profit times 75, pay yourself. So if your business makes $1,000 and you have $100 of expenses, that would mean you need to save $225 for taxes, and you can pay yourself a maximum of $675. Does this make sense? I know that this is a recording, so me even asking that, you can't answer. But if it does, awesome. Just give yourself a thumbs up. Okay, I get that. So if you're making $1,000, I don't pay myself $1,000. I pay myself $675. So if you want to earn $1,000 and pay yourself $1,000, your business may have to generate more like $1,500. So what you gonna do? So what about upgrading your equipment? You might think, okay, that's great, but I want equipment and other things. So if you want to upgrade your equipment, that goes in. All right, I'm back. So if you want to upgrade your equipment, that goes into the expenses category. So you would minus that from your total revenue. So 1,000 minus 100 minus whatever you upgraded. Maybe it was a $200 microphone. And then you allocate whatever you need to save for taxes times 25%, and you can pay yourself then $525. So before it was six. Hi. So you're not using what your take-home pay to buy your microphone or upgrade your equipment. You're taking that from the initial gross or total revenue. Okay, I may have to pause this again, but let's keep going. So my real life example, I had $905 in revenue this past 30 days. I had $40 that I spend in software, so Zoom and Offering Tree. And then out of $905, about $30 in Stripe fees. So that would mean I have a total of $835 that I can then allocate to the different places, such as tax savings and my pocket. So 25% would be $209. So I put that into a tax savings account and I don't touch it. And then I could pay myself up to $626. So of 905, I did not make 905, I made 626. Sound good? Okay. Another example that is totally different than yoga, and this is a true thing. My mom, actually, we talked the other day. She wants to rent a station or rent a chair as a hairstylist, and she wants to earn $200 a day. But let's take a look at her expenses. The chair rental is $50 a day, okay? Products and other expenses, let's just say they're $50 a day. So that's shampoo and curlers and all the things that she uses to do the hair. So at $200, she probably like 25% of 200, or that's around 50, maybe $75, but let's just say it's 50. So she needs an additional $150 for expenses and taxes. but she wants to take home $200. So how much does she have to earn in business revenue in order to take home $200? So her business needs to generate $350 per day to pay herself $200. With 10 clients, if she were to say, I can do 10 clients a day, she needs to charge at least $35 average per client in order to do that. And you could break it down other ways. If she only wanted to do 5 clients, she would need to charge them $70 each. Or it might be like 5 haircuts and 2 or 3 colors, which are a lot more. So just like a yoga business where you're deciding between workshops and group classes, the same thing would be true with hairstyling clients. So this is for any kind of business. It's running the math and the numbers and seeing what's possible. So you're not just throwing out a number saying, I'm going to charge $20 a haircut and then hope for the best. No, do the math. How much do you want to earn? Make it a number that is actually valuable to you. Look at your expenses. Also allocate some for taxes and fees and all of that, and then price accordingly. So I hope that makes sense too. That's another example. Does this make sense? I hope it does. Okay, we're going to pause and I'll come back in a moment and you won't even notice. Okay, now I want you to do some numbers and some math for your own business. If you're watching this as a replay or recording, feel free to push pause or just keep watching and learning a little bit more and do this afterwards. So I hope you're gaining some insight. If you are, please feel free to leave a comment. Tell me that you get it and it makes sense and that you're going to understand and do your own math for your own business. Let's move on. Okay, so how do you actually do this? See, a lot of us will look for free options to get started, and that's great. But sticking with free for long term as far as software and systems and helping with automations is going to keep you stuck at a very low income earning state. The more money you earn, oftentimes the more you will have to spend. And that's just how it goes. That's okay. So what are you choosing to do with that initial money that you earn? The revenue that you earn should be reinvested, at least some of it. Doesn't have to be all of it. You can pay yourself a little bit. You can celebrate that you had a great launch of a new course or a new class, but some of it should be used to reinvest. So in my example is in 2019, I used a free course platform or the free option on this platform before Offering Tree was a thing. And I wish Offering Tree was a thing back then, but it wasn't. And the platform, this specific one, took 15% of all the sales on the free version. I just kind of doubted myself, so I didn't want to pay to have that fee minimized. I just said, I'm going to do it first with the free option. But as soon as I had a successful launch or a successful course sales thing, as soon as I had sold 9 spots in a $97 course, I used part of the profits to reinvest, knowing that $30 a month, I could then have like at least 6 months of that $30 a month fee. So I was good to go for future course sales and I wouldn't have to pay so much with that percentage. So $97 times 9 people was $873, but that's not what I could pay myself. I times 0.85, which is what they took. So the course platform took 15%. So I could get $742 from that. Now, of course, I can then take that $742 and allocate some to reinvesting to the $30 fee, because you can tell they took $150. I would not want them to take $150 every single time I launched a course and got 9 to 10 people. So paying the $30 fee flat rate was a lot cheaper than continuing with the free version. Okay, so I took some of that $742 and I said, okay, I have at least 6 months worth where I can continue to make more sales and continue to increase my revenue. So that's what I did with part of the money. The more money you earn, the more you're going to spend. It's inevitable. Start with a free or low cost option. Great. But understand that in order to grow, you'll need to upgrade, to reinvest, and to just get better in general. That might mean your equipment. It might mean your software. And look at the people who have gone before you. You want to start emulating the people who are doing the things that you want to do, but you put your own spin on it. So you might think that there's some secret shortcut or some secret free version, but look at those who have gone before you who are having success. I doubt that they're using everything for free and trying to find those shortcuts. So what's more valuable to you right now? Is it time or money? There's no right or wrong answer. If you're just getting started out, oftentimes time is less valuable. Your money is more valuable, or time is abundant. You have a ton of time to look for shortcuts to save money and to do a lot of things manually. But as you grow, that's going to flip and your time is going to be more valuable. And so you're going to say, I have more money. How can I create more time for myself? It might be hiring somebody to help. It might be investing in systems and software to automate and make things streamlined, or it might be something else. And also understand that money is a renewable and abundant resource. There's always going to be more of it. Sometimes there's less, sometimes there's more, often there's more, but your time is not. Time is a non-renewable resource. You don't have an abundant amount of time. So you want to use your time very wisely. And if you can find shortcuts to make sure that you have more time to do the things you actually love doing, want to do, and are good at, then I say go for it, because the money will come. Money will be made. So here's what I would do if I were starting over online today. If I were starting an online yoga business as a new teacher, this is actually the steps that I've already done. So I've already done a lot of these. Maybe I would enhance or scale at the membership level, but here's what I would do. If you want to take a screenshot or check this out, go ahead. But first, understand money and create a new bank account out of a checking account and a savings account. The savings account would be for my tax savings. Now, you can always add more savings account. Let's say you want to save for education or save for something else. No problem. But I just ensure that I have at least one savings account dedicated to taxes that I do not touch. I currently do that right now, and I have a lot of money in my tax savings fund. So when it comes to doing my taxes, anything that I don't have to pay into taxes, I consider my refund. So I feel like I still get a refund even though I'm self-employed. So it's kind of a mindset shift there. I don't feel like I'm paying in. I feel like this money isn't mine anyway. I cannot touch it. So anything that I don't have to pay back in becomes mine and a little bit of a bonus for me. So my new a bank account that is dedicated to my business only, with a tax savings account and a checking account at minimum. Okay. And then this is a different bank account than my personal bank account. And I have millions of reasons why, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Number two, I would choose one simple class style that's accessible to a lot of people to start teaching on Zoom, recording lessons, and just something that's, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes people can do at home. I have that with my morning movement and meditation, my morning movement and meditation in a chair. I do that as well. And I now have yoga sculpt classes that I added. So I started with morning movement and meditation. It is awesome. I love it. It's very accessible and available to almost anybody. And I do it every single day. Okay, 4 to 5 days a week. And then from there, I would set up ongoing Zoom classes, which I would do with this 30-minute class. Tiered pricing, I kind of showed you that, where I have the option to join for free or pay a suggested amount. I have it set up so that I can just show up. That means automatically reminder emails will go out. I don't have to send them. I collect people's email addresses, but I don't have to worry about it. And it integrates magically with Zoom, that I just show up on Zoom and push the start button. And that's how easy it is with Offering Tree. Okay, so I then would create a membership, which I have. I created a $25 a month membership for access to the replays. Now, here's where I would scale a little bit more, where I would want people to join on a membership, but I would provide them more access to something else. I might have, let's say, members only classes that only they can join in on, or I might have a Facebook group or something that they get a little bit of bonus out of. Maybe if they've been in it for a year, or if they pay for a year, I mail them something. You know, that kind of thing that makes them feel extra special. So that's the scalability. And that's where I can make a full-time income as a yoga teacher. And then for bigger offers, bigger workshops and class series, that's another way that you can boost your revenue, is offering a series, a workshop, or private lessons that cost a little bit more for the client, and you earn a little bit more. So the main thing I would do is try to scale that membership. And then I would also offer different workshops, privates, class series, and whatnot. And with this model and this system, you can earn, I mean, There is no limit. It's all up to you. So what it looks like is I invite people to my Zoom yoga classes on whatever platforms I can, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Lots of people will join. Some people will join my membership because I will invite them. And then I might have some high ticket offers like retreats or trainings or certifications. And a few people will join those. Okay. The most dedicated would. And what that looks like as far as marketing, so here's my fancy graphic, is every single place I show up in the about section, in the bios, email signatures, I'm always directing back to take a class with me, my introductory class, my free or pay what you want yoga class. And from that yoga class, I invite them to the membership, or I might say I have 3 private sessions available, but I don't say that from the front end. And instead, I just invite them first to my free yoga class, or to get a replay, or to download something for free or low priced. And it's always on my website. Okay, so that's what that kind of looks like. And you might be asking, okay, Ashley, I get this, but how specifically how, what's the exact step-by-step process to doing this? You got 2 options. You can invest in somebody to help you, coaching and mentorship, or you can do it yourself. You can look at what I've done and say, I could do that. Great. Go to my website, look at the external side of it. And if you can do that yourself, I encourage you to do that. So do it yourself, or invest in someone who's going to give you the full step-by-step. For number 1, I have a course that teaches you exactly how to set up your business foundation with a website and all the business needs, from appointments to memberships to on-demand to all the things. I do talk about offering tree in that, but you can use whatever platform you'd want, but it's called Wellness Website in a Week. So that's how you work with me. And in that course, what I teach in the online program is the 7 phases or 7 days of setting up a wellness website to build the foundation of your business. And that means setting the foundation. So writing your about bio, your about page, getting the content written and pictures gathered, how to write class appointments and descriptions, create initial pages, the tech stuff, setting up your first offerings from the technical sides, how to build an email list, how to get people to find you through search engine optimization and social media, and then pricing memberships on demand and scaling your business. And you see on the side ASHES. That's the ASHES method that I teach for business building. It's your audience or attracting, setting up your systems and setting up your systems and selling. H is for helping or help people find you. E is elevating with memberships, courses, and S is for scaling. So that's ASHES. And I bring to you everything broken down to the micro step in checkbox checklists with over 100 videos. I think 100 videos actually total or about that, plus a lot of additional resources and tutorials and documents that can help you along this journey. So it gives, if you are wondering, but where do I start? Like, what's the first step? Look at the checklist. And this is what I provide in that course. So that program is $597 or 3 payments of $200. And you also get monthly coaching calls with me, a private Facebook group with a community, content reviews, as many as you need. And you go to ashesyoga.com/website course in order to enroll. And so that would be investing in a course or a program or mentorship to get you started, to shortcut. So if you don't have a lot of time and you have a little bit of money, this would be the best option for you. But if you're like, I have more time, I don't have the money right now, I can't invest, I'm not making anything, I have a couple options for you for free. So I have a couple free classes that can also help you get started. It's the website class, or Wellness Website Secrets, or how to use free yoga to grow your business. So you can watch Wellness Website Secrets over at ashesyoga.com/website class. ashesyoga.com/free-yoga-training is how to use free or donation-based classes to grow your business and make money. So those are 2 hour-long trainings that might be really good to get you started. And you're going to hear an invite once again to Wellness Website in a Week or to Offering Tree. So if you want to get started on your own, join with Offering Tree. Again, use my site, ashesyoga.offeringtree.com as an example. And if you're tech savvy or you feel like you've got a good grasp on it, join for 50% off and start to grow your business looking at the example of my site or anyone else who's gone before you. It's okay to copy or emulate and put your own spin on things. Nothing is brand new. You are not going to find some secret sauce thing that's going to, make you stand out like crazy. Instead, what makes you stand out is you, your personality, but you can use the bones and the skeleton of what someone else has done. And I give you full permission to do that. Just don't take my specific things, the things that are proprietary, but when it comes to the basics, you have free reign to emulate the people that you look up to. offeringtree.com/ashes for free 7-day trial and then 50% off your first 3 months or 15% off the annual cost. I like the annual cost, I think, or the annual option. It's just much better. But anyway, it's up to you. So if you dream of working online as a yoga teacher or any kind of service-based business, in business for yourself, this program, or maybe it's Offering Tree, might be just what you need. So that's what we covered today. We went through math to learn how much you should be paying yourself as a new online yoga teacher. We went through some basic income and expense tracking and behind the scenes of my own business, as well as an invite to work with me or your next step to getting started. So if you want to join and work with me, that is at Wellness Website in a Week. That's with that course. ashesyoga.com/website course will take you to that sales page. You can get started for $200 for 3 months or $597. I like to share the price of things right away so that you're not searching and it's not like I'm not trying to hide anything. I think this program is super valuable and can help people get started so much faster, so much easier than someone who is trying to do it themselves, or you're investing in these big programs to help you with this big high ticket thing, but you're still not understanding the little tiny details of website building or business building in general. So this is a great course for it. I worked with an initial group of people who were not tech savvy at all, not at all. So a lot of them had very simple questions, or simple enough questions that to me weren't obvious, or I thought were obvious, but they were not obvious to them. So I made sure to include every single tiny step inside of this course, inside the program, and allow you the access to ask me questions, to post to the group, to join me in the monthly coaching calls, and I would be there every step of the way. You can get a website and your business started in 7 days or less, or take your time with it. That's what this is about. So that was my presentation. I hope you liked it on the yoga business math and what you can earn and how you can earn and the income potential. I hope this was able to shed some light on how you could earn a full-time income as a yoga teacher and what it would actually take as far as the numbers and the data and how many people you would need to show up at a certain percentage and how many members you would need to have, and where are some places that you can actually scale your business. It's going to be your memberships and your bigger, higher ticket offers for sure, but you need to get people in the door somewhere. So it might start with that introductory class or a free or donation-based class. That's totally up to you. I like the pay what you want model, but you might just have something else. You get to test it. This is such an exciting time for you if you are a new yoga teacher, is you get to test and you get to see what works for you. Give it a few months, trial and error, or join me inside Wellness Website in a Week. Let's actually go here. If we go to ashesyoga.com/website course, we'll take you to the sales page. And I talk you through what's included. You can watch a little short video and what you'll have access to. And if you want to hit the button, you can go down and enroll. Ooh, that should say $597. So ignore that. It's $597 for those of you who want to join. And if you want to add on the course creation basics or learn how to create a course to help you, you can do that too for a little discount. All right, so that's it. I hope that was understandable and go off and do some numbers, run some math numbers for yourself and for your startup. And I can't wait to see what you create. And feel free to leave a comment and show me your site or your offerings or any other kind of comments, words of wisdom, or any insights. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.